Hello Internet, and welcome to the third and final bonus video for Undertale. In the last episode, we talked about fun values and WD Gaster. This time, we'll be talking about things I missed or otherwise didn't show, unused content in the game, and my final thoughts on the project. It feels wild to be making the final video for this series, but here we are. We're going to start today's episode with something I didn't show earlier that I feel is one of the most important parts of Sans' connection to WD Gaster. Yeah, I know, I probably should have shown this in the last episode, but I didn't. Better that I show it now than if I didn't at all. So, in the pacifist route in the Judgment Hall, if you reload the game without saving and listen to Sans' speech again, you'll have new dialogue.
Good luck. Wait a second. That look on your face while I was talking. You've already heard my spiel, haven't you? I suspected something like this. You're always acting like you know what's going to happen. Like you've seen it all before. So, I have a request for you. I kind of have a secret code word that only I know. So I know if someone tells it to me, they'll have to be a time traveler. Crazy, right? Anyway, here it is. Whisper, whisper. I'm counting on you to come back here and tell me that. See you later.
And again.
So you finally made it. Huh? Do you have something to say to me? What? A code word? Can you speak a little louder? Did you just say I'm a stupid doo-doo butt? Wow, I can't believe you would say that. Not only is that completely infantile, but it's also my secret code word. That, however, isn't good enough. What you need is the secret code word. It's only for people that know the secret code word. Anyway, here it is. Whimper, whimper. I'm counting on you to come back here and tell me that. See you later.
And one more time.
So you finally made it. Huh? Do you have something to say to me? What? A code word? Can you speak a little louder? Did you just say I'm the legendary fart master? Wow. That's, really childish. Why would you think that was a secret code word? Whoever told you that is a dirty liar. I don't have a secret code word. However, I do have a triple secret code word, which you just said. So I guess you're qualified. Here's the key to my room. It's time you learn the truth.
When you looked, the key was already on your keychain. If we head to Sans' room, you unlock the door and enter. It's very dark in here. If you attempt to call, there will be no response. So I guess we just need to navigate. Eventually, you will find that you cannot go below back to the entrance. And this horrible noise will start. Before, suddenly, "Hey, Sans, have you seen my..." "Oh, hello. You aren't Sans. Wait a second. Why were you using a treadmill in the dark? Is Sans pranking you across time and space?" "Oh, I hate it when he does that. How immature can you get? Also, have you seen my action figures? Wait, I know where to look! In my collection! Sometimes I'm a genius, all the time." So we have been pranked across time and space. It appears to be a self-sustaining tornado made of trash. Sometimes the annoying dog will be in this tornado. It's an uncovered pillow. It's an uncovered pillow. No, it's not. It's a worn mattress. The sheets are bunched up in a weird, creasy ball. Thought it was a trash bag. It's a thank you letter. It's addressed to Santa. It's Sans' dirty sock pile. Scandalous? It's a treadmill. There's a message attached.
The truth is that you got owned, nerd.
True. Inside the drawer is a silver key. You put it on your keychain. I think it's pretty easy to guess what this key is for. You unlocked the door and entered. Welcome to the workshop. This is the only other time in the game it's raining somewhere else we'll play. Has a very different vibe when it slowed down like this, and it already had some of the most immaculate vibes on the Undertale soundtrack. There's a photo album inside the drawer. There are photos of Sans with a lot of people you don't recognize. He looks happy. You look in the drawer. There's some kind of badge. No, MatPat, it's not a Franklin badge. Blueprints. You can't read the symbols they're written in. Or maybe it's just the handwriting. Looks like they relate to some kind of strange machine. Symbols, huh? Where have we heard that before? Or seen that, rather? There's a strange machine behind the curtain. It seems to be broken. There will be no answer if you call in here. If you return to this garage after the battle with Asriel, there's a photo album inside the drawer. There are photos of Sans with a lot of people you don't recognize, and one photo of you standing with Sans and all your friends. He looks happy. And if you return after speaking to the Clam Girl, meaning your fun value is in the 80s, there are photos of... Huh? A card is sticking out from the back flap of the binder. It's a poorly drawn picture of 3 smiling people. Written on it,
Don't forget.
the phrase "don't forget" has major ties to Deltarune being the name of the song that plays in the credits of Chapter 1 and being sampled in the credit song for Chapter 2. Deltarune is also largely implied to be tied to WD Gaster for a variety of reasons that I don't feel like I should go into right now. This is definitely the sort of thing I'd rather make a video about after Deltarune is complete, once we have, hopefully, the full picture. It's unknown what the machine in this workshop is, although maybe it's the source of the experiment Gaster failed, who knows, but one thing is certain. There is something Sans is, or at least was, trying desperately not to forget. And the Clam Girl's related somehow too, but I don't really understand that part. One major thing I missed was Whimsun's gold credit, because apparently I just never consoled him. If you console Whimsun while you're still in the ruins, his line in the credits will say "Braver every day." Gold credits are what I consider to be the main way of tracking completion in every non-PlayStation version of Undertale, and I'm genuinely so disappointed that I missed one. Speaking of credits, what if we were to dodge the special thanks? Well, I'll be honest, I can do it. I know I can, but it's so annoying because you need to watch the entire ending cutscene and cast credit sequence before attempting it every single time. I'll show what happens if you dodge all of them in a moment, but first, what if you were to deny being the ambassador to the monsters and tell Toriel you have places to go? If you say no to being the ambassador... It's okay, Frisk, I've got you covered. If you don't want to be the ambassador, I can do it for you. I'll go make a good first impression.
Well, someone's gotta keep him from getting in trouble. See you guys.
From there, things play out the same. You came from this world, right? So you must have a place to return to, do you not? What will you do now? I'm gonna go ahead and say I have places to go this time. Ah. I see. Well, I hope that I am not keeping you. Frisk. See you around. If you say you have places to go, you will get this instead of the ending cutscene after the credits. It's just a nice little picture with all your friends. Maybe this is the one that's in Sans' workshop. But Lord knows how he got a picture of everyone on the surface in his workshop before leaving the underground, so... who knows? Okay, now with that out of the way, here are my attempts at the special thanks. Future attempts of this will at least not make you sit through Azrael's dialogue, however you do still need to sit through the entire credits and ending cutscene, so... hopefully I get this. Don't know how that didn't count. Okay. Was that Nidoking from Pokemon? Nidoking would be the one to fund Undertale. Of all the Pokemon, like I could see him being in Undertale. Shit. Okay. Damn it. Shit. Fuck. Damn it. 5 names. Call me a gambler, because I don't know when to quit. And this is what a successful attempt looks like. This will never not be insane to me. If you successfully dodge all of the special thanks, and head back into this room where we initially fought Glide, this door will be open. This is all you get! Rope. Looks like this dog does all its own stunts. Also, yeah, this song is what the Dog Shrine song is based on. You tried to pet the dog, but it collapsed into a pile of fluff. Seems like it was actually just a dog-shaped husk of dog residue. It's a pile of dog residue. We'll interact with that in a second. It's a small white dog. It's fast asleep. Fight the dog? Let's go. Can't fight the dog. Seems like the fabric it's sleeping on has too many holes in it. Seems like the dog needs to patch the fabric. Then you can fight the dog. Maybe. Upon closer examination, the holes in the fabric seem to be growing. Might take a while for the dog to fix all of them. Dogs aren't usually very good at knitting. A crocheting dog is out of the question. What if we say no? Let sleeping dogs lie instead of fighting them. That's how the saying goes. I wouldn't want to fight him anyway. Looks like this dog makes a lot of bad posts online. Text-to-speech is on. Seems like the dog barks, and it translates to these bad posts. It doesn't really know what it's saying. Seems like most bad posts online are actually this dog. Thinking about this brings you relief. Actually true! Finally, the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. The jigsaw puzzle. By barking with text-to-speech on, the dog accidentally programmed a whole game. Seems fine. I think if you make it this far, you think the game is a little bit more than fine, for what it's worth. I love this game so much. But getting to, like, this point is tragically difficult. Just because of how long the cutscenes are before it. Also, this song just continues throughout the epilogue. So, hope you enjoyed it. If you want this song to Dear God Please Stop, Papyrus's room will disable all music, and Reunited will start again once you leave. In the Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One versions of Undertale, there are optional borders in the game that have been shown periodically throughout the LP, whenever I've used footage from those versions. There are obviously ones for the Ruins, Snowden, Waterfall, Hotland, New Home, and the True Lab, but there are also some unlockable borders. First, there's one called Beauty that you unlock by defeating Toriel in hard mode. Its name is truly fitting. The next one's name changes depending on your actions. If you defeat Mad Mew Mew in the Switch version before the Alfie's date, it will not have a title. If you tell Undyne Anime is real, it will be called Real, and if you tell her it's not real, it will be called Not Real. A nice way of making that moral decision come back to bite you in the ass if you're a bad person. This one is called Super Dog Hoy, which you unlock by using the annoying dog in the room with the artifact in Waterfall. This one is a reference to the cat border on the Super Game Boy, the accessory to play Game Boy games on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This last one is exclusive to the Xbox version, similar to Real being exclusive to the Switch version. It's called Casino, and it's unlocked by... you guessed it, playing in the Dog Casino. It features a character from Deltarune who never appears in Undertale named Jevil, too. At the very start of the game, there are Easter eggs depending on if you choose certain names. We're going to start by not choosing a name. For some reason it says in my notes if you choose a blank name there is text, but apparently not. I believe the text that would have been in this in a different version of the game, I guess, would say you must choose a name. We're gonna be going in alphabetical order just because it's easiest. Alfies. Don't do that. Asgore, whose name is always spelled in all caps.
You cannot.
Alright. What about... Asriel? Just an ellipses. Flowey. I already chose that name! Sans.
Nope.
Toriel. I think you should think of your own name, my child. Undyne. Get your own name! We've already seen what happens if you choose the name Frisk, but it does still give you a unique message. Warning, this name will make your life hell, proceed anyway. This is again how you activate hard mode. What if we go for a very simple noun of murder? That's a little on the nose, isn't it? It is. Get the same message if you choose Mercy. If you choose 6 A's, not very creative. If you belong in jail.
Is this name correct?
Sorry to anyone named Aaron who actually played this game with their own name. If you choose Alfie with no S. Okay. Caddy. Bratty! Bratty! That's my name! Bratty. Like, okay, I guess. B-Pants. You are really scraping the bottom of the barrel. True. This is the one we actually used in the LP, but it does give unique text. The true name for Kara. Gerson, which I would argue is even more the bottom of the barrel than Burger Pants, since you really need to work to learn his name. Why not? Jerry? Jerry. Again, sorry to anyone named Jerry who played this game with their own name. Meta.
Ooh, are you promoting my brand?
Met.
Ooh, are you promoting my brand?
MTT.
Ooh, are you promoting my brand?
Napsta. They're powerless to stop you. Blookie will give you the same response. Here's a fun one. Papyru. There are not enough characters to give you the to add the S. I'll allow it! As he definitely would. Shiren. ... question mark. Love when they don't give me anything to even say. Temmie. Hoi! That's it. Washua. Clean name. Because we never actually entered a name that isn't Kara on this title screen, this is what you get if you choose a name that isn't one of the ones that has been listed here. Is this name correct? It's not. Not for this game. And the last one, if you enter Gaster, the game will reset as soon as you press the R. One small thing is, if you choose the name Drac, Gigi, or Gugu, the steak in the shape of Metaton's face will show up as F steak in the menu instead of face steak, which is a reference to Gigi DG's Persona 4 comic Hayam Daisy, or Heem Daisy, but it's, you know, this is the only difference you get with these names, but I figure it's still worth mentioning. If you start the game, and just progress up to the first save point, which won't take too long. Gonna go ahead and save in here, and then close the game. From here, we're going to navigate to the Undertale folder, and we want to open File 0 in Notepad, as well as Undertale.ini. And we're just gonna name ourselves... long name. And we'll save it. And we want to change the same thing in File 0. Long name. It is the first line in File 0. As you can see, the change has translated into the game. If we are to check our stats with this new long name, easy to change, huh? This text will appear only if you change the name to be longer than 6 characters. Also, if you were to change your name to Gaster through this method, every time you try to reset the game before completing a true pacifist route, you will be unable to because the game will simply choose the name Gaster again and reset to the title screen. If you do that, you can just change the name back in the same way, but still. If you don't think to do that, then you just gotta replay the entire game again as Gaster in order to get a reset. One thing that was suggested for this bonus video was a compilation of all the sidebars I made for enemies throughout the LP. While I don't think it'd be particularly necessary to include them all in video form, just because I didn't talk much about the enemies as their bios were on screen, I will say that after every LP I do, I release all of the assets I make publicly outside of anything that could potentially get me into trouble. And that will include the sidebars this time. I'll post a link to the public release in the community tab and on Twitter once it's ready, but until then, I'll have them all on screen during this brief little part if you just want them all in one place. I know this isn't necessarily something I missed in the LP, but I figured it'd be worth bringing up before getting into the unused content. That out of the way, let's move on to cut content, of which there is way too much for me to go over. I'll be going over some of it, but if you want to see everything, you're much better off going to the cutting room floor. I am very much just going to be scratching the surface. First, let's talk about Unused Enemies. There are quite a few of these, but I'll just be going over some of the major ones. The first and most major cut would be the boss fight for Royal Guards number 3 and number 4. Their boss fight is actually mostly complete, aside from missing sprites for their bullets. There are a praying mantis and a cat who are ex-friends. The way to spare them would be to remove RGO3's glove to reveal a friendship bracelet, then remove RGO4's to reveal that they have one as well. They were likely removed for being identical in most ways to RGO1 and RGO2, but at the same time, I wish they were in the game because I like cats, and that's my entire reason. The next unused enemy is called Doge. Doge was used for testing, but was also mostly finished. The reason she was removed is because, according to Toby Fox, her sprite was too good. The way to spare her is similar but not identical to Greater Dog, being slightly easier actually. You'd simply need to beckon her, walk, and then pet her. There's an unused cheerleader enemy in Hotland who would appear alongside Vulcan and Washua wearing football helmets. This is all the information we have about her. And there's also a bird called Larpy, whose name is a combination of LARPing, or live-action role-playing, and Harpy. His gimmick would be that he narrates every in-game action like an RPG, and to defeat him, you would have to play an RPG within the game's RPG system. This concept was kind of revisited in Deltarune, but I won't spoil much about the game aside from that. The last one I want to mention is Big Bob. He is most likely an Easter egg for people looking through the game's sprites, and was used for testing the Yellow Soul mode. He looks like a nice fellow, though. There are also a variety of cut or unused rooms in Undertale, but I've already talked about the most interesting ones, which are the ones with relation to Gaster. There's one room that's a simple bug hunting spot in Waterfall where an NPC in the tall grass implies that Flowey is stalking you, but otherwise that's all there really is of interest here. There's an unused design for Frisk in this game that's very similar to the design eventually used for Chris in Deltarune. This can be seen in-game in the Waterfall room where it's raining, in debug mode only. There's also an unused sprite for Toriel labeled as SPR_Toriel_suicide. It's unknown where this sprite would be used in-game, and I'm not going to dwell on it much. But it's worth noting that whatever purpose it had was likely instead given to Asgore. That is all I will say regarding this. There's also a surprising amount of unused music in Undertale. First, King Description. I actually used this in the LP while Papyrus was talking about Asgore, and it is in the game's files, but it's just never actually used in-game. I just used it where I feel like it was most likely meant to be used. There are the aptly named Dance of Dog and Sigh of Dog, which play in error rooms when you mess with your save file too much. Star is a song that Toby Fox released on Tumblr after Undertale's release. It was apparently intended to play in the core when Magic's orbs turn into healing hearts, but it proved too difficult to implement because of the core's background music continuing into battles. It uses instruments from the original Star Fox for the SNES. There's an unused part of Flowey's boss fight theme simply called F Part 3. was likely unused because of the alarm in the song not meshing well with the alarm sound effect that plays at the end of each phase of the fight. This song, simply titled Good Night, played at the end of the Undertale demo if Toriel was killed. It also appears at the end of the official soundtrack, but is never used in-game. And finally, Ruin's piano. This is a slow and solemn piano version of the Ruins theme and a slowed down version of the first section of the song titled An Ending. It's very easy to tell what instrument this song was originally written on when you hear it like this. The last thing I want to mention is this large image in the game's files.
You know what I hate? That's bepis. The taste. The smell. The texture. Hey. You're drooling.
This is obviously a reference to the man in Moonside and Earthbound who hates the player's favorite food. What else would this mean? And with that, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. There's obviously a lot more that's worth talking about with regards to this game, but if I did, I'd be here making bonus videos forever, and there are many, many other channels who have already beaten this horse to death and beyond. So, final thoughts on this project. Let me level with you. I came into this project with something I would not call enthusiasm. This was my first LP coming off of being homeless for several months. I had to cancel plans to Let's Play a game I was very excited about because I wasn't sure when I'd be able to record console games again for an LP, and that was incredibly discouraging. But now, at the end, it feels weird to be here at the end of the project, staring at a WordPad document and writing a bonus video. It feels weird, and it feels sad, and it feels good. This project has forced me to start loving the process of making it. I've loved every bit of this project since probably around episode 3, and I would not change it for the world. Thank you for coming on this long journey with me. This is a game that is truly extremely special to me, and I'm proud to say that for the first time out of many attempts, I finally feel I did it the justice it deserves with this LP. I'd like to once again thank everyone who helped make this project a reality. Aiden for editing help, Cosimo for being a huge help with ideas and for voice work, Astrid, Aiden, and Misty for voice work as well, Niku for her receptiveness to the idea of including guest voices in episode 19, Checka Conroy for several borrowed concepts from various other LPs, Toby Fox for not releasing the Undertale newsletter with a massive lore dump right in the middle of me writing these bonus videos, oh, and for making the game. And of course, all of you for watching. Thank you. I'll meet you back here sometime soon for a vacation from all of the RPG Let's Plays. See you guys soon.